hopefully the other board member, Stephanie Fry, is on Skype and she can hear us. And that makes us a good part of the board. Which now I have a question for the board members that are, and myself. My name is Ronald. I've been on the board for the last 3 years, and chair. So the question I have to the board members that are present, if you are willing to accept and stay on the positions that you hold for the coming year. Unless there's other nominations on the floor.
I'd like to nominate
Allison Cameron to accept the position as Executive Director. Thank you. This is actually our first annual general meeting in which we have gotten on board, and I really am glad that you all turned out tonight to participate in this event. And I'm going to pass this over to Kahi for our treasurer's report.
Hello everyone, and the reports are in the handout, and as you can see, the first one is the income statement, which is from September 1st, 2010 to August 31st, 2011. The total revenue was $28,255.75. The expenses, meanwhile, were $25,329.96. The net income, which is if you subtract the expenses from the revenue, it's going to be $2,925.29 as of August 31st, 2011. On the next page, we have balance sheet as at August 31st, 2011. As you can see, the current assets, which is TD Bank, which is our own account, $2,399.75. Account receivables, we don't have any. Equipment, $23,000. The total assets, $26,399.75. The liabilities, we don't have any. And the equity part, which is retained earnings and current retained earnings, in total is $26,399.75. And liability and equity in total $26,399.75, which is in accordance with total assets. That's everything for this year, the previous year, up to August 31st, 2011.
Any questions or concerns in regards to the financial from August and September 1st to
August 31st?
Actually, before we get on to Rob's presentation, attached to your agenda as well, there was minutes from our last meeting, which was held on September 2011. Although at the top it says June, I think the title should be actually September. And these minutes were just approved at a short meeting that we had earlier tonight, asking them circulated. A couple of dates that I would like to bring up from this is the Science and Endowment Fund Pledge Group will be starting on October 17th, ending November 10th, if I'm correct, with a fundraising event to follow. Club of Viva is celebrating their 25th anniversary this year, with the open house, I believe, on November 5th. And one thing I did forget to do is introduce some of the staff members that are here with us tonight. As you all know, Vivian Simonton, owner and founder of Club Anita. We have Allison, who is a movement therapist, and Sarah, who is a movement therapist. And Neil is going to call on Dr. Wishart to...
Well, I know it's kind of not on the agenda, but it is really, really important that you guys came and that we do one meeting a year, because we are trying to set this society up to help with funding things for the kids. And the society's old enough now that we could apply for things like baby money, and having an AGM that's well attended is a really important thing if you're going to ask for money from that kind of source. So it's really good that you're coming. Hopefully we're going to be able to put an application in this year and get some, money that will help us. I mean, our goal has always been eventually to have every kid have a week of summer camp. And I know for those that go to summer camp, it's a really great experience for the kids. So that's sort of one of the things we really like to fund. We try to get money from Orphans Fund for that. Rob was really helpful this year. He was able to get, I think, 8, was it, Nicole? Grants from Cerebral Palsy Association.
Yes, we applied.
So that was the first we'd ever had funding from there. So little by little, but we have to have a good AGM and support from you for at least one meeting a year to try and help us get funding and keep going that way. We did, I don't know, does everybody know that Rob was part of a research project? We got, this society got $20,000 from the BC government to do a project on TCMT, and Rob was the prime investigator. So he's going to speak to us all about that and his findings. And we're applying right now for a couple of other funds, which I think is going to talk about as well. So we've got some exciting things happening. And it's all going through this society that you're all members of. So it does really good.
Almost.
That's why I just wanted to add that there about that really has to be.
Well, I'm just going to elaborate. With the Orphans Fund over the past few years, we have received grants from which has helped with summer camps. This year, we were a little lax in regard to getting the grant application on time. But something went wrong with it. We didn't get the grant that we were expecting. So this year was actually the lowest year that we had in disbursing summer camp bursaries and moving their funds for one-on-one sessions. So next year we're going to be on the ball, make sure we get more in from them.
We had filed it, but they didn't receive it.
Apparently they didn't receive it on time.
We emailed it to them, and they said by the time we asked why we hadn't heard, it was too late. So we'll register when we know now that we have to register when we can.
But they did suggest that we try going through the Variety Club, which we all know about. So I submitted all of the applications that I received from everybody here, but they came back and said you have to apply on your own. So you can actually go to the Variety Club if you want to try and get funding for summer camp or other things. You have to apply online with the Variety Club itself to request the funding for it.
Now, so on that note, what we did with Cerebral Palsy Association was we actually did a blank slate for everyone so that they didn't have to try to figure out how to do the grant application. We tried to do sort of we filled in as much as we could from our end, so it was really just the personal information that had to go. So that's another thing that we might want to consider for Variety Club, because whatever we can get from wherever it needs more money in another pocket for people who don't fit in with the variety and that. So the more sources we have, the more kids we can help.
Well, good evening, everybody. Noel and the members of the board. Good evening. Thank you very much for asking to come and say some words tonight. Actually, I was very curious. How many of you are parents of children who are involved in empowering steps and then company. And I'll just briefly tell you who I am. I'm a pediatrician, and it's usually
Don't mind, man. It's good. Thank you.
It's important that you make it up and financial I've been a pediatrician for a long time, so I'm not a kid anymore. But I began as a general pediatrician, and there was practically a community that was launched. I became a developmental behavioural pediatrician, and I went to school for a year, and then I always loved community. I really thought the reason I most developmental behavioural pediatricians were at Sunnyhill. I imagine a few of you have passed through the doors at Sunnyhill. I always felt that community was really where the action should be. So I spent a total probably 27 years involved in community pediatrics. Now, I've been involved with lots of children and adolescents and families who have kids with special needs, and it's enriched my life, and I have immense respect for all of you who are working for this. So, I want to tell you a little bit about how I just came to be connected with probably where I had my
You're official.
Doesn't matter what anybody says, Vivi and I are just friends. I've worked for all these years in developmental behavioural pediatrics and practice within West Coast. And I don't know, I experienced a lot of the struggles and stresses that are associated with parents and children who have special needs. And I think that's why I brought in